there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the big show. It is Sunday evening, Sunday, January 28th. It is right at 9:01 p.m. Eastern if you're watching this live. And if you are watching this live, thank you for being here wherever you are watching from out there in the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are watching on YouTube, please do us the favor. Hit the like, please. It doesn't cost you anything. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can do that for free. And hit the bell. The bell will give you the power to get notified when we go live or drop static content, as we've been doing here with some shorts and other videos. I think Brando actually has something that he is working on. He's concocting in his laboratory of fun. We've got a big week for you this week, everybody. Everybody. We've got a big week for you. This week, we have a couple special shows. So it's Sunday, January 28th, if you're watching this live, obviously. Tuesday, we're going to have a crossover show with the Mouthwash podcast. They're out of southern Madison County into Hancock County kind of area. They do some political commentary and political news on their program. So we're going to do some kind of switcheroo there on the 30th. And then on the 1st, keep in mind, Thursday, February 1st is the first day of Brandon's birth month. So Mr. Rudd will be turning a specific age. I don't really know what he's somewhere between 30 and 50. I don't know how old he is. But he's turning something, and that will actually kick off on Thursday. And for his birthday, we've decided to have a special guest on, and that guest is none other than the next governor of the state of Indiana, Donald Rainwater. Maybe he'll be our 41st governor. I don't think that's anywhere close, but Brandon's turning 41, so that's what he's turning. Oh, Brandon, and since I wasn't able... Oh, it's also Darla's birthday month, too. Well, look at that. Since I wasn't able to contact in the group, that phone call that I was on just prior... Shoo-wee! It went right. It went left. But in the end, it turned out okay. So please, I know that you might go to bed before we get off this program, but do not forget, when you get a hold of me sometime tomorrow, make me, I'm going to tell Kate, but make me tell you how everything went. So I'll let you know. And there's a little behind the scenes talk out in front of the scenes. And you guys will know about it soon, but you can't know about it yet. So it is what it is. Okay. Hey, before we get off of the housekeeping issues, for the rest of you that are watching, if you are watching on YouTube, you could very easily consider joining and becoming a monthly join member. I don't know what it means. It means I'll wink at you a little bit more. We might shout your name out or something like we basically do already anyways. Let me just see. I'll shout some random names out. Cindy, Brandon, Julie, Paula, Joey. It'd be very much like that. Alva. Look at that. Look how you guys are getting cared for there. Yay. We'll just generically shout names out. Mary, Steve, Robert, Dave, thank you for being here. Is there anybody in here named any of those names? No, that helps us out. And, like, we don't ask for money here, but this is the part where I'm asking for money. It's a value for value type of a system. If you get value out of this, then maybe give us some value. And if you don't get value out of this, screw you. Brandon, you shouldn't have said that. That was mean. Anyways, hey, Steve Riggins says, thanks for the welcome. Hey, Jeff Walls, I'm glad you're here. We've got some Henry County news. So if you know anybody in the Henry County area, We've got some Sproles news that we're going to be talking about tonight. Matter of fact, we're going to get to that in just a moment. I do need to make sure that we have shared this around with everybody. Let me tell you, it might seem as if I'm like on meth or cocaine right now and I'm really amped up. I'm not high, I promise. I've just been off for 2 days. And I will tell you, let me tell you this. When Thursday got here, Brandon and I were doing the show, and at the end of the show, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. It's the very first time I have been happy that I had a full 2-day break. Like, this is legitimately a real live job now. This is the very first time I've ever been like, woohoo, 2 days off. I can't believe it. I'm happy. But I got a lot of rest. I got a lot of time to sleep, and I am rejuvenated, and I really wanted to go live. Well, I wanted to go live Friday night, but I couldn't, and I didn't. And I wanted to go live Saturday night, and I didn't because I had plans. And so, hey, we're here now, and we've got some stuff to talk about. And really, I want to let you know the agenda for this show. Let me tell you, it's not much of a write-up. And actually, the thumbnail for the show was fitful because I was on a phone call until literally 5 minutes before showtime. Yes, Mary, Henry County News. So the thumbnail looks like this. It's very junky. Where are they even coming from? That's the title of tonight's this broadcast. You might not be watching this tonight. It could be tomorrow. Let's do that again. That's the title of this episode, episode 128. Where are they even coming from? We'll talk about that in just a moment. So happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a good break. Good rest for you all, and hope everything's going well. We've been putting out a lot of shorts, and I hope that everybody has had a chance to watch those. And give me 1 second here. In soon. Yeah, we've been putting out a lot of shorts, and we've been putting out a lot of other, Brandon's put out some other videos and stuff, and those have been doing really well. So thank you for those that have been watching them. Please remember, it helps to share the show. Watching and getting the information and the knowledge is good, but you're really helping out if you're sharing the show with everyone you know. Remember, folks, that might be all that it needs. We need to start taking ownership in this fight. And maybe, just maybe, if you share this show with someone, that might be the right person who says, hey, I'm interested in getting involved. And, that might be a whole thing. Or it could be really bad. Maybe you spike someone's interest who wants to be a dictator, and they use this show to get it in their mind, and they become a dictator and kill the world. I don't know. So it could be good or bad, but, we like to focus on the good here. Jackie says, good to have a good balance, work, home life, family, play in our lives. Yeah, it is good to have that. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. I do want to remind everybody, at the bottom of the screen, you will know this wonderfully placed ticker is going across the bottom of the screen. We're here at the end of it, but it says, and I want to make sure that you all remember, the 2024 election filing period, which opened on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Well, that will be opened until the deadline, of course, the deadline being 12 p.m. noon on Friday, February 9th, 2024. February 9th, 2024 is not this Friday, but it's the following Friday. So it's 2 weeks from last Friday, or it's 1 week from this Friday. But you have to remember that filing period will be here before you know it. If you want to run for county office, you have to go to your county clerk's office. If you want to run for state representative or some other state office, you have to go to the Indiana State House. If you need any kind of help with that, if you need any kind of help whatsoever with your paperwork filing or anything, we would gladly help you with that. So let us know here. You can message the show or get a hold of us. You all know how to do that. So do that, please. All right. So yeah, I saw that Newcastle had that big drug bust. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, folks. We're going to be talking about the city of Muncie, the government in the city of Muncie, that is, and the things that they do. We're going to be talking about Delaware County, Indiana government. Those are two places that are really close to each other. And then we're even going to be talking about our little sister to the south, Henry County government. So we've got some things to talk about from Muncie, from Delaware County, and from Henry County. And that's what we're going to be talking about. The thing is, it's all the same players. You guys know all these people. We're going to be talking about the mayor of Muncie. We're going to be talking about John Sproles. We're going to be talking about Jessica Piper and Ed Carroll and James King and all of these people. Because it's the same people acting the way that they always do, doing things that make themselves seem brainless. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And it really, truthfully makes a person say, where are these people even coming from? Like, it doesn't make sense. These things don't seem normal. Common sense isn't this hard. What is going on? Yet, amazingly, here we are. We're going to start off in Henry County. We're gonna go backwards. In Henry County, I got a report. So I want you guys to walk backwards with me in time, back to before the holidays, before Christmas, before Thanksgiving, to November, beginning of November 2023. It popped up everywhere, all over Facebook. It was on Facebook. It was on of course, the Courier Times had it. And it was on. Let me see here. I want to make sure I got the right thing popped up. Yeah, right here. I'm going to pull this up here. This made news everywhere. Okay. And I'm going to share this with you just to kind of remind you all. You all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It was the second kind of, almost third, but the second kind of contact between the Henry County Sheriff's Department, led by none other than His Majesty John A-hole Sproles, the sheriff, and his deputies had apparently got some kind of 911 call. We're gonna be listening to that here soon. The 911 call. I do have the call. I have not went through and put this all together, But I do finally have this, the records release of it. I've got everything. So we're going to be putting this together. And they arrested Elvante Riddick, and we here, I guess I didn't have a mouse in my pocket. I won't blame it on Kate or Brandon. I kind of took a hard stance against Elvante, and I was like, man, here, this kid, he's really messing up. He, what Sproles did the first time was bad, and Sproles shouldn't have done it. But this kid is like playing with fire now. He's like doing some dumb stuff, and I don't know if maybe, a broken clock. I'm gonna show you. A broken clock is right twice a day, and so Sproles, maybe he was right on this one. He still does a bunch of bad and dumb crap. And I do very much believe that he broke the law when he was interacting with Elvante Riddick the first time. But the second time, I kind of questioned it. But then something happened. My conscience came back and said, oh, hey, wait a minute. What if all of this doesn't actually play out the way that it looks? What if Sproles really didn't like the fact that you made him look dumb with his actions with Elvante, and he didn't like what Elvante was part of? He didn't like that Elvante made him look dumb. He didn't like that, we were all talking about him being stupid. And, all of that. Okay. So I got to thinking, all right, let me take a look at this. And the more that I was taking a look at what happened back in November and December with Elvante and with the sheriff's department, I started questioning, is this legitimate? What's going on here? Well, I want to read this to you, okay? I want to read this to you. This is from December 5th, 2023. A Henry County man was charged after reportedly impersonating a law enforcement officer with his Dodge Charger. Court documents detailed a man called 911 on November 7th. We already talked about all this. You already know all this. To report a police impersonator. The man stated that while he was driving near State Road 3 near 25 West, he saw a black Dodge Charger that was driving recklessly. He stated that the vehicle seemed to look like a police car, but he didn't believe it was an actual officer driving. Now, why would that be? Like, because the man was black? He's like, hey, this is Henry County. There is no way that they can have black officers. Like, Henry County certainly doesn't have black officers. There's no way. This can't be real. Like, what would make him think that he wasn't a real officer? That's a weird statement for him to make. Okay. The man was able to get a picture while driving in the passenger lane. Okay, that's weird. Were you keeping your hands on the wheel while you were doing this, buddy? The man also stated that he witnessed the Charger tailgating other vehicles, including a motorcycle, before flashing what seemed to be emergency lights quickly to get through traffic. Police said the man could only see blue lights and that they were near the visor inside the vehicle. All right, now we got a picture here of Elvante Riddick, kind of a, it's a mugshot. Not very nice. The driver of the Charger was later identified as 27-year-old Elvante Demetrius Riddick. Detectives were able to secure a search warrant for Riddick's car, and they look for evidence, and according to them, they found light bars, visor, provisional cameras, siren box, duty belt with handcuffs, blah, 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 blah. Caddis police badge patch. Now, I can't. I'm going to show you guys something here. All right, because when it said there's been articles about this written that said he had a badge on him. Now, a badge is definitely different than a patch. Okay? Anybody can have shoulder patches. This is what shoulder patches look like. The shoulder patches look like this. People collect these for various reasons, and they do this stuff. Okay, they do all of this stuff. All right, they do that. And I want to show you here. Let me pull up StreamYard. I want to try to pull this up a really strange way. Stand by 1 second, because I can't tear it off of where it's at. So stand by 1 second. Let me turn the camera around. Okay. Enter the studio, damn it. Back facing. Okay, right here. This is a patch that is a police badge. Oh, yeah, good, good. Okay. So, what that is it is a patch that officers will go and get sewn on their embroidered uniform, and it will be on their chest. Now, that's still not the same thing as having a badge like the tin badge. I could show you those in a shadow box in the other room, but it's a little bit different. So I didn't know what they had. He did not have that. He had the first thing that I was showing you. Okay, in the car. Now, he's not impersonating being a police officer. You know, he's not flopping this out of his wallet and saying, "Look, I'm a cop. I'm a cop." Like they give this stuff to like little kids. They give it to sick people. You know,
my kids have some.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anybody can get these. You can that thing there in the middle. Joey, Audie's not here, so I'm glad you did that. So glad. By the way, I saw somebody ask about Audie. Audie had a knee operation. He's perfectly healthy. Everything's good, but he's been off work for some time. And so while he's been off work, he's just been doing some stuff. And he just got off of a whole year-long election. So he took a month off of just politics. He's going to be back. He said he'd be back next Monday. Never fear. Audie's okay. We haven't had a falling out. He's just taken a little bit of time away. It's good. You know, let me see. Hold on here. I want to go back up here and pull this up here real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Right here. Jackie set it up here. It's good to have a good balance. Work, home, family, play in our lives. So Audie took some time off. He's going to be back. Everything's good. Okay. Mark Nicholson's here. Hey, Mr. Mark Nicholson. Here we got Mr. Mark Nicholson. I'm going to be calling you. I got your phone number from a mutual contact of ours. And I will give you a call this week, sir, to get you maybe scheduled to come on sometime at your convenience. That'll be a fun show. So like he said, people collect military paraphernalia too, police paraphernalia. That's okay. The other thing is, if there are people here, he says, see, look, he said he's here. He just doesn't respond always. Always good. Darla's always listening, so he's always listening. He's listening whether he wants to or not. Oh, awesome, sir. Very good. Well, so anyways, I just really questioned what happened back on the 5th of December. After the first thing, I was like, okay. After the second thing happened, I was like, all right, maybe this kid's being a knucklehead. Maybe he deserves what he's getting, But then someone close to me said, you need to take a look at this again. And I'm glad they said that. And I feel like, and I hate that I kind of, I didn't give Elvante the credit I should have, because I know what a loose cannon Sproles is. All right. So we have been waiting for all of this footage from the sheriff's department for months. Now, they should not have needed to take as long as they did. I'm very, very concerned why they've taken so long. I have not looked at it all. I need to look at it and put it together, and we will watch it here coming up soon. All of that said, Elvante was arrested and he was in jail. He was in jail. And he went before a judge, I believe. I think he went before a judge. And then he got out, and he's out and he's living his life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you a very, very, very horrible, horrible situation. Let me see here.
Mary says that whoever told you to take another look is really smart.
Yes. 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 Yes, they are. Absolutely. Yes. So, Henry County Sheriff's Department here just recently, in the last couple days, showed up to Elvante's house 7 cars deep. Okay, which could easily mean 7 officers or more. It could mean 8 officers. It could mean 14 officers. I don't know how many officers, but at least 7 cars. So you're talking about at least 7. And they showed up all in their gear to arrest him on a warrant. Like, what do you guys keep getting warrants for this kid for, man? What is going on? They told him he had a warrant, and he said they told him what the warrant was for. He said, I bonded out on that on December 14th. When I told them that I had already dealt with this weeks ago, the officer then ran him through dispatch. Means the officer keyed up to his radio. Yeah, could I get a 1029 on Elvante Riddick? 1029 is a warrants check. Dispatch came back and said, hey, you PUD deputy, I don't know what their numbers are, 3379, 500, whatever. Return when ready. And this deputy got back on and said, yeah, go ahead. They said, Elvante Riddick, that subject that you ran is signal 80. Now, not everybody knows what that means, but for the ones that you do, you're like, oh God. Signal 80 means that there were no wants, no warrants. There's no paperwork on Mr. Riddick. No wants, no warrants. Okay, cool. Embarrassing having the police stop by, but Elvante goes back inside his house and the police leave. Oh, that's not what happened here. Police show up at Mr. Riddick's house 7 cars deep and say, "You have a warrant." And he says, "That's already been taken care of." The officers don't believe him. They call dispatch. "Hey, we want to run a 1029 Elvante Riddick." They say signal 80. What they should have said first, if he was wanted, was he's signal 40. You're ever dealing with the police in Indiana and they say you're signal 40, you're going to jail. Just FYI. That means you're wanted. But they didn't say he was signal 40. They said signal 80. Elvante Riddick, that subject, is signal 80. The police said, "Okay, we're arresting him anyways." They put this man in handcuffs behind the back, and they took his ass to jail. He gets to the jail. They read him the warrant. Oh, wait. No, they don't. There is no warrant. Guess why? Guess why? Tell me if you know why. Because the warrant was taken care of on December 14th when he bonded out and wrote off and signed that he promised to appear and did all the stuff. The warrant was taken care of. Now, Jeff Walls, let me ask you a question there, buddy, old pal. You ever arrest anybody for a warrant when there wasn't a warrant? You ever do that ever in your life? Never, ever, ever in any of my time in law enforcement. No shit, Joe. Never in my time in law enforcement would I have ever put handcuffs on somebody to take them to jail on a warrant that I was told did not exist. That is a major... This person who sends me this said, FYI, I think they're retaliating against Mr. Riddick. Yeah, I think they are. I think they are. Now, I'm telling you, listen, Elvante, listen to me, seriously. I'm pleading with you. Leave Spiceland, boy. Leave Spiceland, brother. Please leave Spiceland. Please, please, for the love of God. Don't stay there. So I don't know what the deal is, man. I don't know what the deal is. Find somebody, someplace else to live, man. And he shouldn't have to, but if I was him, I wouldn't want to be there. Like, this is total insanity. What's new? What more can they do to him?
Well, I do think that he needs to hurry up and get his lawsuit filed before March 1st.
Why is that?
Well, they're still hunting for a new insurance company, aren't they?
Yes.
Can you imagine a suit like this coming through prior to securing new insurance?
Yes. Yes.
Hurry up, Elvante.
Yes.
Get it in the books before March 1st for me.
I'm going to call him tomorrow. Now, I don't know. I don't know if he has an attorney. I have not talked to him about that. I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But I'm going to tell you this, like, for the love of God, I'm going to do not fear. I am most definitely going to get this. Oh, wait a minute. We might. I don't know when it occurred. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this person. Let me see. if I can get the person who got a hold of me or Elvante to respond right now, if I can find out when the arrest was. Oh, 2 hours ago, unresponsive mail at Henry County Jail. That's just coming in right now. That's just coming in. Well, I guess it's from 2 hours ago. So it's not now, but they just posted it. I think because they do a delayed posting. I just got sent that right now. Someone said, "Did Sproles strike again?" What's 12:15, Joey? No, that's the
date of the new arrest. I mean, he took care of the warrant on the 14th, so obviously they would have gone on the 15th to arrest him, right? Like the day after, and there was some confusion.
No. Like this was just it's January.
I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't know what Joey's talking about.
No, I think Joey was being sarcastic too and saying that it was 12:15.
Oh, well then Mark said yes. I don't know what that is.
Because someone asked him up here if he handles civil rights cases.
All right. They're fine. I get it.
There's 5 different conversations going on at the same time.
I know. Sometimes
you're having a night tonight.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
It's
you good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good,
sure?
good. Yes,
okay.
We are way good. So yeah, I I follow that. All right. So the bottom line to this is Sproles is gross. Now, I don't blame all of the other deputies that work under him for his actions. However, I do blame them. If oh no, that wasn't it. If they are following orders that they shouldn't be following, I want to know. I'm going to get the recording of this and get all of this because I can't I just can't. Apparently, Jeff, he was driving around. So Mr. Sproles never actually stopped, but apparently he was circling. He was doing this thing. Now, for the love of God, the fact that they arrested him after their dispatch said no warrants. It's inexcusable. It is absolutely inexcusable. I don't know how long they took him. They did give him a ride back home. I would have said no. I would have said, nope. Open those doors. Stay the hell away from me. I don't want in your car. Don't come back to my house. Stay here. I'll walk home. I would have called somebody. I would not have even gotten back in their car. He needs to go. He needs a PA. I know, Audie. Alva, that's what it seems like. I mean, look, I want to know what the deal is here. I want to know, you got seven cars, which are at least 7 deputies. Wait a minute. I didn't know they ever had 7 people on the road at any given time. It just blows my mind. This really just blows my mind. Henry County Sheriff showed up at his house in Spiceland, 7 cars deep, to arrest him on a warrant that he was bonded out on December 14th. When he told them he had already dealt with the warrant weeks ago, the deputy ran him and was told signal 80. They still arrested him, took him to jail before realizing the warrant was already served. I think they're still retaliating against Mr. Riddick. Must have been everyone they had or a shift change. Yeah, I don't know when this is. I mean, just completely uncalled for. Because here's the other thing. He's never, ever caused them any issue. He's never been out of pocket with him. He's never been rude. He's never resisted. So it's not like this is a frequent flyer that causes and by 1 second. Hold on. This is important to what we're talking about here. Heavily. So, okay, someone was talking to me about this that pertained to it, stuff I can't say at the moment, but I'm trying to, I'm going to, if I knew the date and time, I have a way of actually going back and listening to the archived 911, so we could actually go back, but I can't get clarification on what date and time the arrest actually was. Let me see. I'm trying one more thing to try and see if I can, but I don't think that I can. One more thing here. The whole point of this is it's very scary. I mean, I hate this for Mr. Riddick. I hate this for anybody that honestly, anybody that lives in Henry County. I mean, this seems really scary. It is really scary, and it is definitely not something, man, it's not something that I would be wanting to deal with. And I really believe that they're not going to stop. Like, I don't know what's going to make this stop. You know, I don't. Is this sheriff in the same clue? Yeah, right. Audie. I just don't know what they're going to do, and I feel like this is going to continue. So I hope that something happens with this. I hope I'm going to get to the bottom of if Riddick has an attorney or not. If he does, great. If he doesn't, he needs to get on that. They definitely need to deal with this. And I would hate to think that this guy was the sheriff of my county. You guys in Henry County, man. And you know what? You know what's really scary about this? Yeah, I can get it from Riddick. I text him, but he's not responded to me yet. And I don't know, he could be at work. Yeah, I'll definitely be able to get it from him, but he's not responded to me yet. The other thing is, and someone texted me that, Sproles is doing all of this. Well, let me see if we can take a look at what Sproles is doing, and you guys can then tell me what your thoughts are. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm blocked on a lot of Sproles pages, and we're dealing with that. Let me see if I can see what we're dealing with here. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I don't have access to what I was looking at, but there are some people that are questioning things that the sheriff is doing by putting various feel good pieces up, and it's not like that. I'll put it to you like this way: it would be normal for a law enforcement agency to put up like feel good pieces if everything else you were doing was kind of in line with that. But literally, if everything else that you're doing is completely out of character with these, it's like those women that are constantly on Facebook posting about how much they love their husband, but really they're getting beat at home. That's kind of like what's going on here. Like Sproles is like, look at how wonderful everything is, but behind the scenes, we know that it's really crazy. I will tell you that Sproles posted a press release on his personal sheriff's page. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, he talked about he talks about the raid they had 8 hours ago. He says, during the evening hours of Friday, January 26, 2024, the Henry County Area Drug Task Force, ADTF, executed a large-scale strategic strike on local area drug dealers. Approximately 30 officers, including 5 canine units with the Henry County Sheriff's Department, Newcastle Police Department, and the Indiana State Police, carried out this mission in a matter of a few hours without incident. A total of 21 arrests were made during this rapid sweep. 12 arrests, 9 males and 3 females, were made for dealing in methamphetamines and narcotic drugs, and there were a total of 27 counts of dealing ranging from level 5 to level 2 felonies. There were an additional 4 arrests for possession of one criminal mischief and possession of a stolen vehicle, and 4 others were arrested for miscellaneous criminal activity. The ADTF team is well staffed with drug force agents from Henry County Sheriff's Office, Newcastle Police Department, and the Indiana State Police. This mission was successfully carried out and was the result of many months of work and planning by ADTF, assisting nearly 30 patrol officers, an additional 10 Henry County jail staff, including dedicated jail transport team and Henry County Emergency 911 dispatchers. The Henry County Prosecutor's Office also investigated many hours of work leading up to this event. This successful multi-agency sweep is only the start to a new commitment of joint agency enforcement activity to ensure the well-being of our wonderful citizens who I, Henry County Sheriff John Sproles, plan to brutalize along through the rest of my term. Much of the funding for this community safety event was made possible through the Abuse Reduction Intervention Education Support Grant, ARES. The Henry County Sheriff's Office is committed to carrying out these types of unannounced, unexpected, well-planned, and thoroughly executed strategic strikes on local area drug dealers, while also pulling people over in illegal traffic stops while I'm in the tightest fitting shirts possible and unmarked cars. Your sheriff, John Mark Sproles. So, it is what it is. Good job, I guess. It's like he wants a pat on the back because he wants a pat on the back for being a police officer? Yo, hey, cops have been arresting people doing bad things for years, bro. You didn't invent this. Yeah, right. That's exactly right, Joey. That's exactly right. I don't know. So, he's definitely a, hey, what's the girl's name? Sherry? What's her name?
Circe?
Circe, he's rubbing his nipples. All right, so enough of that. Sproles is Sproles. He is what he is. Hey, if anybody wants, we are still in Operation Sproles Watch. If anyone wants a limited edition Sproles Watch shirt, ask Kate. She can tell you how to get them. I'm not really sure how to do it, but she can tell you. It's on our official store. You can click the link on YouTube and it will take you right to it. Let's see here. I think there's something that actually tells you how to get your official Sproles shirt. Well, let's see. Do you need an official merch to show that you love or hate the political spotlight, or do you want a Sproles Watch shirt? If so, click the link bit.ly spotlight underscore merch opens in a new tab. So yeah, do that. Funny, our chief of police here posted and thanked sheriff's deputies for assisting them on the bus, which was Knightstown across from the high school. Yeah, that's interesting. XXL. So, hey, they're there. It's all there. It's all good. And you can let people know that you're on Sproles Watch. Give Sproles a point to mention his duty. Mention who's next in. Yeah. Yes. I would be happy to send him down there. I'm surprised he doesn't do that. We had a sheriff around here that would be all about that stuff, which is good, but Sproles don't know what he's doing. He'd go down there and who knows, he'd never come back. All right, folks. So from there, we're going to move onward now to the city of Muncie. I'll keep everybody in the loop with what's going on as far as Sproles. So GQ has a self-thinking post when they really just backed up my. Yeah, that right, Joey. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'll keep you posted with what's going on with Sproles. I'm going to listen to the records that I got from the jail and from the sheriff's department, and we'll put all that together. I'm going to find out a little bit more from Elvante or the person who got in touch with me, and I will let you guys know. And if I can get the 911 records of when all of this took place, of course, we'll post all of that as well. I will get those records, I promise. Hopefully, I'll get them soon. If not, I'll do it when I do it. But all right, do you? No, but I know someone who does. Freedon. We'll try to see if we can get some Freedon hats. The Knightstown bust. Oh, the Knightstown bust was 13 pounds of marijuana leaves. Someone literally said marijuana leaves. So I don't really know what they did. If they didn't, someone threw the trimmings out, and the cops were like, "Look, we got marijuana." That's hilarious. No. The joke isn't about the fact that someone said marijuana leaves. It's the fact that. Oh, hold on. Oh, I think he's got me blocked. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if I can look on his page or not. Oh, I guess I can. I imagine this will be amazing. Where is it? I'm on here. I don't see anything. Here. Oh God. Okay, look here. Let's look here. Ah. My God. Okay. There's some product. And I'm glad they were out. I'm glad the boys were out doing some serious crime busting. I'm glad they were out doing some serious law detecting. Oh God. Whatever. Hey, I will tell you. Yeah. Yeah, that's hilarious. I will tell you, our state legislature could be legalizing that right now, but instead, we're trying to stop people from being able to say words at meetings, and we're trying to protect our politicians from citizens and people like me, so that they don't have to answer questions. So I will have you know that that could be legal, but nah, we don't want to do that. We're just going to do the really important stuff, like protect our other public officials and do things. Do you know? Come up here real quick, Kate. Do you know that House Bill 1133 not only says that it protects the politicians? Oh, I forgot. Remember, on Thursday we told everybody 1338 went through, and we need to tell people to call their people about 1133. Folks, 1133 was voted on Thursday. It don't matter. It's done. They voted it. It goes on to the Senate now. It's just like Senate. 1338.
So we need to blow up the senators' phones and emails.
Yeah.
I really would like to just end that sentence
with cars and houses.
But,
Oh. Not cars and houses. You mean
no.
Okay. Anyways, that's a joke, folks.
No. So 1133 is in the Senate.
It's voted on. Yeah, but did you know that there's something in there that says, I didn't even know this until today. There's something in there that says that, for example, say you're an elected official and I make a picture of you doing something stupid and you want to sue me on it and it goes to court, that it gets priority billing on the docket ahead of other cases.
Oh, so that murder case doesn't, that's...
Yeah.
Me being made fun of is far more important than people being murdered horribly. Yeah. Well, obviously.
I don't get it, man.
This entire session is about protecting politicians and finding new ways to line their pockets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Not actually doing anything to help citizens. Come on.
We're gonna be doing
That's
something.
What short sessions are, Kristopher.
I know. We're gonna be doing something here really soon, where we're going to be looking at every state bill that the legislators or the senators have put up, and everything that could have been important or could have been for everybody that they passed on in order to instead
that'll be fun. Is Brandon coming on for that one?
Who?
Brandon.
I hope. That's what I sent you guys. It's the email that I sent you guys.
I know, but the audience doesn't know that, so I was be leading for the show.
I hope he is. We've got him coming on like Tuesday and Thursday, but neither one of those days can be that. So we'll need him for another day too.
Yeah.
So hopefully, but yeah, we really need him on. And I'm troubled because I was talking with some representatives tonight, and one of them asked me and said, would you not have a problem if someone took a podcast and took your likeness and, said something, made you say something that you didn't say? And I was like, well, no, not really.
No.
Not particularly. Depends on what I'm saying. Like if I'm saying something, if it's illegal, I'll deal with it through legal ramifications.
Yeah.
But also, if you're talking about you being an elected official and should I care about that, I'm like, no, you should toughen your skin up, man. You don't have to be an elected official. You could leave.
That and most of this stuff, I mean, it's obviously not you talking. It's obviously, you can tell when they're AI generated, and people like us, we go to great lengths to make sure that you look as dumb as possible.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I mean, it's obviously a fake.
That's what I said. If someone would have got on during the middle of the Dark Dan interview, someone from California, what? Oh yes, right. Yeah. If someone came on in the middle of the Dark Dan interview, someone might have thought that was a real person talking to me, but the things that he's saying are so outlandish. It's like, wait a minute, this can't be real. Plus, we put on a disclaimer. This is political satire, and the person I was talking to said, well, you said you've already put that on there and everything, you've already followed. I said, aha, you're right. I decided to do that. I don't want my elected officials to tell me that I have to, because the moment they tell me I have to, then I don't want to do it.
And now we're going to make it dumb.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I can promise you're not going to like the disclaimer. And whatever the law ends up being, like, it's going to be like, I don't know, 3-15-6-8. Like, we'll make it like called like Olaf bill, the Olaf disclaimer, her whatever that is. It'll be the Olaf disclaimer or whatever that girl's name is.
Olthoff.
What?
Olthoff? Isn't that, it's Olthaff or something like that?
I hope that's not her name. That would be horrible. Say it again.
Olthoff? I don't know. Olaf is an honorable snowman. We cannot call it the Olaf bill.
Olaf? Like, Olaf? I got too many teeth to say that name.
Olaf. Olthoff. So maybe maybe it's German, and it's a hard T sound. Olthoff.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Say it again. Spell it again.
Olthaff.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Right. And here's the big point is in all of this is this. The law does nothing to protect the citizen.
That's what I said. I was like, why are they setting this? And the people I talked to had no idea. The people who had voted for this Had no idea.
And Yoko said it too. I'm sorry, Yoko. I don't mean to give credit only to Brandon. Yoko had it too.
Yeah, they didn't care enough to write the bill to protect citizens. So why should we care to protect?
Oh, that's it. That's what we call it. The balls off disclaimer. Their balls fell off and they all need protected.
And people are like, well, but this person's a good person. And I'm like, I don't care, man. I was like, have you never watched Saturday Night Live? Like Jim Carrey looked just like Joe Biden. And not just, politicians, because that's the thing I kept having to tell them was it's not just candidates, folks, because it said candidate, but they went in to make an amendment for it to be any elected official, period.
Well, and this is these are bills that are coming forward from politicians who always talk about they don't want to do things because they don't want to create a special class.
Yeah.
JD puts forward a bill to shut up citizens, but he can't vote for veterans because that would be creating a new special class. It's all horseshit.
Yeah, but he made a special class with 1338. Absolutely.
Okay. My dog's getting loud, so I'm
you're fine. I hear them in the background. So it's ridiculous. I don't know. That's ridiculous. All right, in the middle of that, we need to go on now to Muncie. I need to talk about what's going on in Muncie because Henry County is not the only place, folks, where crazy shit is happening. Okay. It's really nuts. So in the city of Muncie, while we were dealing with what was going on at the State House, the city mayor of Muncie. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the best way. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about this. I want to show you guys some pictures. And that'll be probably the best way. I'm going to post these pictures here. Kate, I'm sending some pictures to you just in the chat, but you don't need to put them up. I'm just going to share them from the screen. So in the city of Muncie, folks, we have this old rundown hotel that has been an eyesore in Delaware County, as in the city of Muncie, for a very long time. It's been an eyesore. It's been a constant cause of public safety being called, police, fire, paramedics, for fights, for drug activity, for prostitution, overdose. I mean, there's been stabbings, and I'm sure there's been shootings there. Deaths, just all sorts of things. People who commit crimes then go hide out here, and basically, it's like a pay by the hour hotel. It is a place where a lot of folks who find themselves on the possibly near homeless scale have taken up residency. And it's called the Muncie Inn. Here's the backside of it here. Here's a picture of the backside of it. Okay. And so there's that. Here's another view of the sign. Here's a view of the facility. Here's another view of the whole expanse. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. No, I don't know what you're saying. Sorry about. I said I was putting these in. You didn't need to put them up. Okay, here's a look inside one of the rooms. I mean, and you can see, look, it's messy, but it's not drastically. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. So this is what's been put up. Do not enter. Unsafe to occupy by authority of the city of Muncie, building department. Vacant, other, unsafe. Order to vacate 10 days. And this was put up. Now, I want to show you guys a little bit and kind of explain to you what's going on here, because I had not heard of this. I've been really inundated with what's been going on at the State House, and I've been inundated with what's been going on at Delaware County. That I had not followed this for a minute. I kind of had checked out of the city of Muncie stuff. There's only so much you can juggle in the air at any given point. Okay. The city of Muncie said the Muncie Inn located, and this was 3 days ago. This was Thursday, the 25th. Muncie Inn, located at 414 North Madison, has been inspected and targeted as an unsafe building. There were multiple code violations, safety risks, and fire hazard, and the owner has been instructed to vacate the building. In preparation to provide services for the people currently residing in the Muncie Inn, the city met with the homelessness providers who have ensured ample emergency shelters resources to assist in locating permanent housing. Anyone impacted by the Muncie Inn closure can contact the Muncie Hub at 765-282-3948 for more assistance. Well, folks, there's a lot that can be said about this. And there is a lot that should be said about this. Like, look, is it good that people just sit around and they do drugs and they make sure that their kids aren't safe and they're, whatever? No. All right. We all know that there's problems out there in the world and that shit's wrong and, things could be better. But look, there but for the grace of God go I. You know what I mean? Like, look, shit happens, man, and it is what it is. The bottom line is we're here, they're there, and now it's something that has to be dealt with. This has been a problem in Muncie for a year. Yep. It's been a problem in Muncie for 5 years. Yep. Has it been a problem in Muncie for 15 years? Yep. Has it been a problem in Muncie for 25 years? Yep. Has it been a problem in Muncie for 45 years? Probably. I wasn't there 45 years ago, but this place probably was a low-end place 45 years ago. The fact that the city of Muncie needed to close this place down in January, like literally a week and a half ago, it was below freezing temperatures for 2 weeks straight. The fact that Ridenauer and his team needed to shut this place down during the wintertime is asinine. These people are completely insane. Now, I put up probably one of the most important questions facing everybody in the city, and that is, what's the over-under that city clerk Belinda Munson scoops this property up in the near future? You know, what's the possibility that she's going to run in here and buy this property up and make it some, you know, amazing buy so she can become a millionaire off of this at the same time? She's a city clerk, and who knows what kind of nonsense going on, because she owns about every other property abutting this property here. And, you know, I've got problems with that, but, you know, I digress. Okay. So there's lots of people on here commenting, and what's really insane to me is, I want to get to one part on here. There's people saying, I'm praying for the people who is unhoused, and if housing truly has become available, I will be the first one to rejoice with you all. I'm your boots on the ground, and if the city would like to consider hiring someone who truly cares and is already in the homeless community who visits all of Muncie, unhoused, please, let's talk. Okay, there's people there talking. There's people talking about the government. There's just people talking about all sorts of the issue here. Okay. Is this the beginning of the city doing something about slumlords? I guarantee you there are citizens living in rental houses that are way worse than this place's rooms. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. I want to take you guys to this specific issue here. All right. I'm going to bring you here and let you guys see this. There was a comment on here that says, my question is, was this decision passed up the chain ahead of time so that the city could have done more than just refer people to homeless providers? 44 rooms of people is no small influx. 44 rooms. Keep that in mind, folks. That's 44 rooms. Maybe each room has 3 people in it, or 2 people. Let's say each room has 2 people in it. And I'm telling you right now, there's more than 2 people in a lot of these rooms. So you're talking of at least 88 people, maybe more. Okay. I want to show you this. Okay. It's a bit appalling to me that this information comes out at least 24 hours from when the building is notified and people start raising questions, issues. If people didn't raise a stink about the concern for families, would the administration have even met with the providers or said anything? Muncie is in dire need of leadership and protective solution, the kind the mayor promised, but we have yet to see it. What was offered as warning to the building owners so that this could have been avoided? Were they made aware of changes necessary 3 months ago, a year ago, or were they just surprised with an order to shut down? I get that people look at it as an eyesore and a nuisance, but at the end of the day, it's where many people of Muncie call home. Where on the city page can people find what the building commissioner filed? What was noted that got them shut down? I looked, but I could not find any reports at all online, though I may have just missed them. Okay, now it's very important. The city of Muncie then commented back and said, Cameron Grubbs, you might want to check your facts. All right, that was all that was said. And people couldn't believe that the city of Muncie would say something like that to a citizen. Cameron said, City of Muncie, I mean, that's one way to address a concerned citizen. What facts need checked? Why not provide correction instead of just saying to go check them? You know, actually be of service. Which one of the Right Now trolls is filling in for Michelle with this response? Someone said, you took the time to respond with this, but couldn't answer a single question he asked. Jeff Robinson, a man who ran for mayor not too long ago, said, hey, Shireen, you forgot to switch your Facebook profile back to your personal one. Cameron Grubbs said, I knew it. Emily Conrad said, I thought this was a city of Muncie, a city of Munis with that response. Why not just answer the question? I don't know who runs, but I was hoping for a reply. Is this just my imagination, or is this an inevitably pathetic attempt to place a taxpayer in their place? I would hate to see a public servant getting paid for this kind of response in a public forum. Okay, so everyone instantly knew that it was Shireen Wegley. All right, just simply that's what it is. The city of Muncie then came back and edited that comment, and it says, edit. We believe this comment was made in error on the official account and does not reflect the tone with which we respond to citizens. Yes, it does. This is how you, City of Muncie, have been responding to citizens for the last year. Please note the most recent response for more information. Someone asked them why they didn't take it down, and they said they wanted to be transparent. Okay. So that's good. You know, they said, we don't pretend that we don't make mistakes. Okay. Whatever. I want to know when they are going to finally punish the idiot that continuously jumps on and just acts like just a freaking pig to citizens. It's disgusting. I'm going to tell you, it's Shireen Wegley. I don't even need to be told. I know it's Shireen Wegley. I started talking to Dan Ridenauer about Wegley's tone when talking to citizens in 2021. And he guaranteed me that it would be handled. But there she sits, the gatekeeper to the wizard himself. Why is Shireen still working there? Why have they not revoked her access to this page? That's what I said. My post to that was, I'm glad that the city of Muncie finally, you know, did the right thing. And I'm glad that you guys, you know, admitted this was an issue. But how many mistakes are you going to allow her and others to make like that? They don't realize that, man, people are getting awfully fed up with it. I'm telling you, if I have to hear another boo-hoo story from an elected official, dude, I'm going to lose my shit. I can't take it. If you can't handle the heat, nobody asked you to walk your ass into the kitchen. Walk right back out the same door you waddle into. Michelle does the best she can. The problem is she's not allowed to do so. You know, she's only allowed to do so much. She's not the problem. Her boss is. And when he doesn't allow her to be truthful, then she perpetuates lies the best she can for the mayor. It is what it is. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I want to let you guys know, there's a lot of people on this that are needing some help, and we've got some things going on. The mayor did come out this morning. Frank Baldwin, Indiana Director of Region 6 Housing Consortium, joined us to give some updates about how the city and our homelessness providers have worked together to prepare for the closing of the Muncie Inn. There is a lot of useful information about the timeline, the current plan, and how the closure helps the residents qualify for resources that they could not access while living at the inn. Our priority through this process has been the safety of the residents. We knew there was a risk the residents would receive external pressures to report, not report issues, or potentially receive bad advice on how to handle the situation. For this reason, we focused on communicating with our homeless providers and referring residents to experts who can provide the best guidance in the situation. We are grateful for the compassion of our fellow Muncie citizens who share our concern for the safety of our vulnerable neighbors. I think right now our team is very reactionary, and they're very reactionary, and they screwed this up in typical Ridenour fashion, as grand a way as they possibly could. Now they're chomping at the bit to try to get back control, and he can never do that very well when he's behind the 8 ball. So let's listen to what he's going to say here.
Good morning, Muncie. This is Mayor Dan Ridenour. Today is Friday, and I want to alert some people about the situation that began last week through a resident phone call that we addressed, yes, inspected, and discovered there may be some challenges. And therefore, we got all of our local nonprofit providers involved and the city involved, and have taken some action this week. And I want to just kind of have the timeline be more known of what and how we've responded to this crisis. And so I've brought in Frank Baldwin from the Muncie Mission, who's also the Area 6 president for the region for the homeless providers. And so Frank's going to kind of run through the timeline. Just understand that our whole purpose was to deal directly with the individuals involved and our nonprofit providers to make sure everybody was in a good place. So Frank, if you could help us.
Yes, so last Friday, a week ago today, your office called and said that there had been a very serious complaint that there were residents at the Muncie Inn without heat, and were inquiring, is there enough shelter space? If individuals needed a place to go, is there a place to go? And so I conferred with our staff.
What's Dan doing with his hands? They should have been behind a desk.
YWCA. I know your office
weirdo
also
with
called
his hands.
we did. The same day, because she had already talked to your office by the time I got a hold of her. And then eventually, or shortly after that, I heard from the building commissioner that said, kind of outlined that there were very serious concerns for the safety of the residents of the Muncie Inn, that there may be a need for some shelter even then, but that they were going to be looking more into it the following or this week.
Full inspections
On Monday. And he said, by the time our reports are done and we've done our investigation, we will be making a determination on Wednesday.
Stop looking at his hands.
So the Muncie Housing Consortium, which consists of all of the shelter providers, the YWCA, Christian Ministries, A Better Way, Open Door, Meridian Health, the Muncie Mission, and the city.
I gotta pause this. This is Dan's casting couch? This is Dan's casting couch. He's like, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Met Monday morning and devised a plan for the residents in the event that the Muncie Inn was going to be closed. And we confirmed that first we had to recognize that this is an emergency situation. So we're in a crisis. We had to develop a crisis response. And a crisis response is to meet the immediate need. It's not necessarily the long-term solution, but allows us to begin working toward a long-term solution. And so our concern was that no one would be displaced without a place to stay, without food, without clothing, and without a bed. And we were able to determine that the YWCA was going to accept individuals with children. There were 5 family units that were available in the community, and the mission had some plenty of shelter space as well. Now, in a crisis, it's not always an ideal solution, but it's just a temporary solution. And so we also determined that whatever the solution was certainly going to be better and safer, more importantly, safer for the individuals than if they were to stay in the Muncie Inn. The other point that we talked about is that when an individual is staying at the Muncie Inn, they do not meet the federal HUD's definition of homelessness. And so there are resources that are available to homeless people that they can't access. Right. And so
basically, these people are better off when we kick them out. We help these people by making them homeless.
Closing, I mean, we were trying to find the benefits here and develop a long-term solution. With this with the closing, these individuals, although sheltered, would be classified as homeless by the federal government and would have access to the systems that are in place by the government and nonprofits to address homelessness.
Which is a big piece.
Yeah, it's a big piece. It's a big piece. It is the answer. Yeah. I mean, there's a system in place. It's at the Muncie Hub. You go into the hub. There's an assessment that the federal government mandates. It determines a person's level of crises. So, for example, if someone is homeless in Muncie and there are no family support or friend support for that person, they're going to go move up on the list than someone who might have a family member in town that could provide temporary support. So that was a plan. And also Gretchen and the city pledged home art funds that would be available for these individuals to
when's this guy
help with the cost of replacement. So that was our crisis plan.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's important from my perspective
that's
as
the first thing I thought, Audie.
CEO of the Muncie Mission, but also chair of the Region 6 for Indiana. It covers 6 counties of homelessness.
Oh.
Is that we now have federal and state money that is available to us, or to these individuals that are in there. The Muncie Inn is a temporary structure. It's a hotel.
It is.
And their individuals pay by the week. No one there is under a lease. Okay. So it should not be perceived as long-term housing solution. I mean, the conditions obviously were deplorable and unsafe. And the summary of this, Dan, is that the unfortunate closure. You can't deny that these people's lives are disrupted.
Yeah.
But the closure does provide them a path now to seek permanent solutions through the established systems. So I feel good, and I would say just from a personal
wait a minute. Wait.
So I feel good, and
what a horrible thing to say. Well, so yeah, I feel good about this. Basically, it's not disrupting me in any way. I feel good.
I would say just from a personal,
we don't have any actual long-term solutions for any of these people. Not really any solid short-term, but we're good.
And found myself in the streets of Seattle, Washington.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I was just getting ready to say, I'm sure it's fine.
Without a place. And so I have learned that there, when you can access the systems, when you meet all the definitions, right or wrong. We don't set those. The city doesn't set it. The state doesn't set it. The federal government.
The federal government does.
Mm-hmm. And
so we get to pass the buck. We get to blame somebody else when you meet the definitions of something that we don't put in place. Yeah, then it's just that way. It's nothing we can do about it. Somebody else is at fault.
But I feel that now the residents of the Muncie Inn are on a path to a long-term solution.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, sharing how this plan was put together.
I feel like Dan feels like he's going to throw up.
And kind of the timeline and what, again, this is to solve the crisis, but it does put us in a better position to look at the long-term solutions for these individuals who have been displaced. So we wanted to share that update. We hope that it's informative, and we knew it was important, and those are the steps that we and the local nonprofit providers took here in Muncie to help resolve this crisis.
I wish listen, look at this. Like, what's going on with this camera shot? I'm not cutting their heads off. This is how it is. Like, could they not have backed the camera back a little bit? Danny's perfect.
Dan sat there the entire time with his hands almost framing his package.
Yeah, right.
And so that's what our focus is supposed to be, to remind us that Dan has balls.
Yeah, right. Their knees are touching.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help you.
I saw that, Danny. That's good.
Do they have anything actually that they have like set up for these people, or these people are just stuck trying to wishing in one hand and shitting in the other and hoping that they get someplace?
So obviously, we're making kind of fun about these two idiots that are on here, and the guy on the left, I'm sure he helps a lot of people. Good for him. Good for them. Whatever. Why is this happening? What's going on? The big thing is there are a lot of amazing people in the community. Cause look, I'm a conservative guy. I don't get too like crazy liberal on a lot of things. I'm not saying crazy liberal. I'm saying I don't get too crazy off into liberal stuff, but you got to help people, man. And there's got to be some stuff that people got to help themselves, but there is a need where some shit needs to happen. These people being just kicked out of their place. And so there are some people, and there are a lot of great organizations in the city that are doing some stuff. This Muncie Folk Collective, they've been down here talking about it. This says, to all of the neighbors, social workers, clinicians, city council members, harm reductionists, and friends who gave support and donated boxes and moving goods yesterday, thank you. To Lowe's for donating boxes and socks and bags. To Twin Archer for donating boxes and space. To our Muncie Femmes burlesque friends, and for a little bit of everything that goes, for a little bit of everything and more. Thank you for all stepping up. For now, we are good on boxes. I have had a request, though, for cleaning supplies and even just a broom. I've been trying to not read too much of the internet chatter that is currently going on surrounding the Muncie Inn. I've been trying hard to not be disheartened by the amount of disgust and hate and lack of understanding and empathy shown by the community members and even service providers. These are our community members, folks, our neighbors. And while not ideal in any way or shape or form, Muncie Inn has provided many of these individuals and families with a roof over their head, community, and stability. Yes, stability. For some, the most vulnerable, these small rooms at the inn are the most stability they've ever had. Some have even made the move from the hotel that was shut down a few years ago on the south side. Oh, yeah, to the Muncie Inn. Some have lived here for years, and so this is really difficult time for them. I could not imagine living in this place for years. I mean, that's really crazy. I mean, just such a horrible situation.
But if that's all you can afford.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not.
Rent is ridiculous, and you have to have first and last.
Yeah.
And a deposit a lot of times, and that's a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
If you've got a husband, wife, and kids.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know what their long-term plan is to help low-income families have stability.
Yeah.
And it irritates me that they It sounds like what they initially did was they basically walked up and said, here's a list of phone numbers to call. Good luck.
Yeah. Well, and listen to this.
And you're poor, so fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely. No. That's good.
Me.
Yeah, and this is really good. This Muncie Folk Collective, yesterday, they posted this Saturday the 27th. They said, we spent another long afternoon at the Muncie Inn yesterday, passing out moving supplies, making calls, checking in with the individuals and families that are still there. Look, I drove by here just this afternoon, and it looks still full to me. I mean, I don't know who's leaving or what's going on, but it looks absolutely full. It looks like it's always looked to me. Families are still here listening to them, sorting through fears and making small steps forward. They were told that the building would pass electrical inspection yesterday, but that did not happen. Many were hoping it would pass so that they wouldn't be at such a big loss. I don't know what that means. If it would have passed, like, could they have stayed there longer? I don't know. I've not heard this specifically, but they're posting it. Many still see no way forward or out of the inn. I've gone over and over in my head so many times the different ways to express the stories and needs of these families and the individuals in a way that does not take away self-efficiency and does not exploit in such a vulnerable time. These individuals and families have stories that I could listen to all day, and I have. Faces and connections that I would love to tell, but that's not our place right now. Maybe someday I'll be able to help tell them. I'm going to put this out there. Anybody that would like to come on this program in some way to talk about what's going on, anybody out there that's helping or part of this, I would love to have any of these people on. Anyway, just talking about what's going on, because besides being political, I've always said, because from time to time on Perception is Reality, I would do stories that were not political in nature. Obviously, there's political undertones to this, but this is a community human interest piece, and I would be willing to have anybody on if anybody is interested or whatever. I'm just putting that out there, and I've told a couple people that as well. So this person goes on to say, right now, I'm going to tell you all of the needs that were expressed to me, and while a list may seem or feel callous, time and sense of streamlined thoughts are of essence. Please also know that shelters have been called for several of these people and have been told there is no availability. So listen to this. This is important because the city keeps saying, here's the numbers, just call, they're going to get served. You know, it's not like people are just standing around with their thumbs up their ass. Please know that shelters have been called for several of the people, and they have been told that there is no availability. Most have also reached out to the hub and have been told they do not meet homeless qualification for housing programs. So here we are. Room 1, family of 6, 2 children. We're helping them move into an apartment this morning. Friends are helping with a truck. We'd like to be able to provide some basic move-in supplies, as well as furniture, beds, etc. The property management company has been super flexible with move-in costs, but money is still owed, looking at $150. Room 2, I have a place to go, but not ready yet. Would like to continue packing belongings and stay at the inn through Sunday or Monday. They're looking at needing $150. Room 3, a couple that has been living in the inn for years. Very limited income and looking for income-based housing. Good at the inn through the 3rd. I believe eviction within the last few years. Is there an individual with case management housing experience that may be willing to work with them? You know, who knows? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Room 4, individual looking for studio 1-bedroom apartment. Employed, income-based preferably, would prefer to not re-enter shelter system and would like to continue packing belongings and lease with apartment. Stay in until Wednesday, $150. Room 5, individuals with son, looking for 2-bedroom apartment or small home, income based, preferably in Randolph County. No, don't do there. Okay, it's room 6, pregnant couple, due soon. So soon we thought they were having the baby yesterday. We will add more info. This couple needs 1-bedroom apartment, baby due very soon, no money going forward necessary for deposit or rent. I mean, Jesus. I just help these people. I don't know. Room 7. Single woman employed, looking for small apartment or place to go. Was told woman's shelter is at capacity. Room 8. Single veteran moving to hotel with the help of an awesome individual, being connected to veteran services. Okay. If you would like to donate, please reach out. I can help. I can send Cash App info or make a connection. So, I mean, I'm telling you, this is really crazy. Watasha Barnes Griffin says, I'm not sure where the misinformation is coming from. If a woman is at the Muncie Inn or a woman with children is at the Muncie Inn and informs that this is the case, the woman's shelter will help them regardless of capacity limitations. Thank you. Well, I mean,
we're being told they're calling and saying there's no room.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. Room 1, I have 2 dressers I'm going to donate, but need to know where they should be taken. Okay, so, there's a lot of people on here. I know a lot of these people like trying to help and whatever. And so, I mean, this is really cool, but there's so much going on here, and I just cannot imagine all of this. So,
well, and Audie's on here. He's like, Dan can give $600,000 in edit money. Can't he give $44,000, $1,000 per family to help with first and last?
Right. Like, what?
You only help corporations. You can't help people.
Yeah. Right. Something that seems to be a common theme throughout the last couple of weeks in dealing with elected officials.
We sit on the couch and we're talking about poor people and we shake like we're scared.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Maybe the elected officials should donate 10% of their salaries to house these folks. Dan's got a B&B upstairs too. And like, look, okay, I get it. These people need houses. No one's going to let these people, just come and stay on their couch. I get it.
No, I get that too.
But
they were at the inn for a reason.
Yeah, right. And
so we need to be doing something to find something comparable for them that they can afford.
Yeah.
For sustainability, and all these new rentals that Dan has built are way too expensive for low income.
Oh yeah. Well, and the bottom line of this is this place has been in a world of hurt for a very long time. Maybe it would have been easier to deal with this in the spring. Maybe it would have been easier to deal with this in June. Like when it wasn't cold and rainy and horrible to move. No one likes moving when it's like this. I just can't help but think that there are ways that Dan could have done this, but he's so short-sighted. I just have to ask, like with Sproles, where are these people coming from?
I'm glad he did it in the winter, and I'm glad he did it after we had that long-ass cold snap here, because the word got out they were shutting this down, and everybody lost their minds because they see what this administration does to people. That sounds shitty, but from a political standpoint, I'm glad they did it now.
If there's because that's just how Dan is. Absolutely. Audie ask if this is needed for the MSD project. That's a very good question there, Audie. because the MSD project is going to be coming through there, and they're doing some weird stuff. This is going to be part of, because they're trying to change the whole face of that neighborhood, because that's where the Guardian, no, not the Guardian, Elm Street Brewery's down there, and they're really changing that neighborhood up, and they're trying to make it a really cool, hip, new suburb of of Muncie, whatever. So I don't really know. Very interesting. What about the commissioners? It's not all Dan. Misinformed 22. That's a pretty good question. I mean, the fact that it is inside the city limits puts it more squarely on Dan than the commissioners. But a big thing that a lot of people did not know, and I know if this is going to just completely shock a lot of you, but Muncie citizens are also Delaware County citizens. So I don't think sometimes that James King or Shannon Henry know that, but they could do something to help out. They've still got a lot of art money. They've still got a lot of ARP money. I don't know if there's anything that they could be doing to help, but you would think that, to me, there would be no bigger, better thing to go for than that. So it's very, very interesting. So yeah. MSD, sorry, it's Muncie Sanitary District. So yeah, that's that. Okay, we're going to be following this story, obviously, and just before we wrap it up, the last bit of government we're going to be talking about then, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, then the Delaware County government. And the Delaware County government, I want to make sure, give me 1 second here. I want to pop this up here so you guys can see this. Man. Where is the whole... Oh, right here. Let me get to it. Damn it. Okay, right here. I want you guys to see this. And I put this up on a post. And I want you guys to see this last line here. This is very important. I need to increase it so you guys can see it. Okay. Up there on the screen. So it's what's in gray. It's what's in gray there, and that's what I want you guys to see. Okay. And so basically what you're looking at right there says Jessica Piper, council president, said the council should get with the commissioners on the abatement issue first before scheduling a public hearing with solar companies. She said council representatives could discuss with the commissioners and look to have a possible hearing with the solar developers for after the next county council meeting, which is scheduled for February 27th. Council member Ryan Webb later told the Star Press that council leadership was working to set up an executive session with the commissioners ahead of the late February meeting. Okay. Listen to me. So while I agree with Delaware County Councilor Jessica Piper that there needs to be a meeting between the council and the commissioners, absolutely, that needs to happen. I strongly disagree with the thought that it should be one or two council representatives and their do-nothing attorney in some clandestine meeting with one or two commissioners and their do-nothing attorney. No flipping way, man. Not with this project. Honestly, not with any project, but not with this project and not with these officials. Not after hearing what Counselor William Bill Hughes brought out during the most recent Delaware County Council meeting, referenced the Economic Development Agreement that Commissioners James King, Shannon Henry, and Sherry Riggin agreed to sign with the solar company. No way, no how. And then, not to mention the fact that this solar project has been dragging on for nearly 3 years while the citizens have been fighting to be heard and fighting not to be walked on, with very little help from their elected officials, who at times appeared to be more concerned with working for the solar company than for the citizens themselves. After all that, I have to say no more under the cover of darkness meetings. No more. No more meetings at John Brooks' office. No more meetings at Republican headquarters. No more meetings where it's an executive meeting at 7 p.m. at the county building. No more. No, not any way, no how can it happen. The citizens of Delaware County demand to be present during the discussion between the commissioners and the county council, period. Hold a joint commissioners council work session, or hold a special council meeting and invite the commissioners and put them on the agenda, or ask for the council to be placed on the agenda for the commissioners' next meeting. There are several different ways that this could be done. The one way that this cannot be done is with Jessica and Ben Freeman and John Brook and James King under the cover of darkness with no one there. No way. I don't even care if it's an executive meeting with everybody. If the public cannot be present, I do not want it. Now, some people could say, well, even if it's an executive session, Ryan can come out and do this, tell everybody. Well, the thing is, he's not supposed to. So I'm not wanting to put anybody in that spot. But I'm not even saying that. I'm saying James King, the citizens of Delaware County don't want this. John Brook, listen to me. The citizens of Delaware County want to attend this meeting. Shannon Henry, Sherry Riggin, Jessica Piper, Matt Kantz, Bill Hughes, Eugene Whitehead, Dan Flanagan, Ben Freeman, Ryan Webb. The citizens are demanding to be there. After this game that's been played, no way. What we will not accept and what will not be accepted is a closed-door meeting under the cover of darkness. No way, no how. And what these people need to remember is there is an election coming. So don't screw up on this, because your actions now have consequences. This has to happen. We cannot allow for those people to meet without people and just be like, well, this is what happened, because they will push it away. My fear is that they try to do something without Ryan, then we don't know what goes on. They could easily set up a work session. If they're too stupid to figure it out, which is my fear, then I can help them with that. And someone said to me earlier today that, You know, maybe the way that I approach things doesn't come off very well, you know, and doesn't help earn trust. Let me be really clear here. It's not for me to try to earn their trust. They need to try to earn our trust. If you don't like the words that I'm saying, do better with your job or resign. Because I could give a damn less. I'm not trying to be your buddy. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not friends with racists normally. I'm not friends with idiots. You're an elected official. I'm trying to be your boss. I am your boss. We are your boss. Bosses. And we're telling you, don't do this under the cover of darkness. Well, misinformed 22, I greatly appreciate that. So, you've heard it tonight, folks, here from Henry County and some crazy deputies underneath Sproles to the city of Muncie, Dan Ridenauer, and the people under his administration, the Dan addicts, Shireen, Rose Selby's husband, and the building commissioner. And I want to make sure you guys know that, right? I want to make sure you guys know that. The man who shut down the hotel, the man who signed all of the yellow tabs on that building is Steve Selvey, the ex-husband of Counselor Rose Selvey. So keep that in mind, folks. These people need to be doing better. All of these people, all of this shit, where did they come from? Because I'm telling you, it sure as hell doesn't seem like they come from any place I'm from. No common sense, complete asinine bullshit, assery. Yeah, for those of you that did not know that, the building commissioner in the city of Muncie is Steve Selvey. Now, try this on for size. He's no longer married to Counselor Rose Selvey. He's now dating Mayor Dan Ridenauer's Audie, help me out. Director of Community Development. The Director of Community Development, Gretchen Cheeseman. So, you know, kind of spreading it around the administration a little bit. Giving some to you, giving some to you. So, you know, it's very incestuous. We can say it's very, very incestuous. They like to kind of keep it all in house. They like to keep it all in city government, all within the city limits. I like it, Joey. I like it. What a small world, apparently, when you're a politician. What a small world. That's hilarious. I thought that was Joey that said that. That's funny. That's funny, Julie. So that's that, folks. Will immigrants be moving soon, like the kids that were kicked out of school? Yeah, that's a good question. Where are the conflicts? Wouldn't all deals, contracts be considered null and void? Basically, things that go through the building commissioner. She normally just doesn't vote. You know, she will abstain from the vote. And she used to, you know, say, oh, there's something coming up for to the building commissioner. So I will abstain. Like when they do the budget and they do his line item stuff, she just doesn't vote normally. And so that's normally okay. I mean, that's pretty sufficient, but doesn't mean there's not questionable stuff that goes on. And I mean, you bring up a good point. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Tunnel vision. Maybe that's what it is. All right, folks, we're wrapping it up. We're getting ready to cut out of here. I do want to tell you guys, hey, I'm glad we're back. It was like a long 2 days, but we've got a good action-packed week scheduled. Tomorrow, we got a good program scheduled for you. Tune in tomorrow at 9 p.m. right back here, 9 p.m. Eastern. You'll want to tune in. This is a great place to be. And just so you guys can see, we'll put this up on the screen because I've not put this up in a while. 9 p.m., that's when it is. Sunday through Thursday. Tomorrow is Monday. So we'll be back here for you guys to see what we've got in store for you. And then Tuesday night, remember, we will be doing a cross-promotional thing. I want to pull these guys up so you guys can see where it is and what the deal is. Hold on here. I should have already had them pulled up. Let me get this pulled up here.
Stumblefoot, are you talking about us?
What? No.
I really hope he's not talking about us.
Oh, you know that. What the hell? What the hell? Are you talking about us? Yeah, Stumblefoot hates us.
Why is it every time you do an impression of me, I sound like Mickey Mouse?
As soon as you said it, I thought it. So here's the mouthwash, people. Mouthwash show. Let's see here. I'm gonna give you a little bit of what they got going on here. Special edition.
Jackson on with me here, and we're going to have a one-on-one conversation, and I think we're going to get to know Cassie Jackson, and we're going to try to understand where she's coming from.
This is what this is.
A very interesting interview, and I hope you enjoy it. So, hey, Cassie, how are you doing today?
I am good. Thank you so much for having me back on.
So that's what it is. You can tune in Tuesday. You'll be able to find us here. We'll also be on their program, the Mouthwash Show. So they're on Facebook. So that'll be Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we have a regular Wednesday show back here doing the things that we do. And then on Thursday, the day that we welcome Brandon's birth month in, we will then also be welcoming Mr. Donald Rainwater back for his, I want to say it's his 6th or 7th appearance on the show. Now, I got to preface this because I'm a little nervous. Last time we were going to have him on, all shit went haywire, and that's how we got here to have the political spotlight. Because if you recall, the last time he was supposed to be with us, we were the bastards. And so hopefully we have him on and everything goes smooth. If not, look for whatever the new show will be called on a new channel very soon. So everything will go good. So yeah, we've got a big show for you guys this all week long. Be sure to tune in. I'll be following all these other stories. We'll be putting some stuff together for you guys. And tomorrow, I'm going to put a list together. We'll put up on the screen of emails, phone numbers, addresses, and things that you need of people to contact and doing all that shit. So yeah, it was a great blessing in disguise, that last thing. So, all right, you guys, take care. Have a great rest of your evening Only about 50 more minutes until the Monday starts. You guys take care. God bless. Have a good night. Goodbye.
Oh, Alva just said that we're still bastards. That makes me feel better.
Yes. Yes. Do that.